What is the best AI video generator right now? That is what we together are going to find out in this video. We'll be comparing Kling, Seedance, Grok, and Google Omni in a blind test to find out which one is your favorite. After that, I will walk through the strengths and the weaknesses of each tool, so by the end of watching this, you know exactly which tool you should use what for. Now, if you want to have access to all of these tools, then I would recommend using a tool called Higgsfield, where you can get access to all the different models from image to video generators. I will leave a link to Higgsfield in the description down below. They were also kind enough to sponsor this video, so big shout out to them. We're starting off with a blind test, and I've got no idea which model has generated all of these 4 results. I've had someone on my team make these videos. We've got a few different tests to go over. Everything has been generated on the highest setting. So we got Seedance 2 4K on high bitrate, we got Kling 4K on high bitrate, we got Grok in 720p, and we got Google Omni that is natively 720p, but you can also download and upscale it into 1080p. So yeah, these are the settings that were used for this. We're starting off with test number 1, and apparently this is a simple prompt. So we're using this reference image where this girl is pointing at some ice cream. Then we have the prompt POV of us serving a customer at an ice cream shop. The woman customer says, "That one." We are a man and we ask the vegan dirty Oreo, and she nods in approval. We move to grab that cone and scoop it out, the vegan dirty Oreo flavor for her. Realistic POV movement. Okay, this is an interesting prompt. Right off the bat, I would say like it doesn't look like she's pointing at the right ice cream though. So I'm curious how this will play out. Let's start the test. Oh, by the way, you see this black dot right here in the corner? That is to hide the Google Omni watermark. Apparently right now with the Pro plan, even if you're paying for this, you still get a watermark. Only with the Ultra, you don't get a watermark. So to keep things fair, we've added this watermark remover everywhere so we don't notice that it's Google. Okay, let's run the test.
That one.
The vegan dirty Oreo?
Yes, please.
You got it.
Thank you.
That one.
The vegan dirty Oreo?
That one.
The vegan dirty Oreo? All right.
I'll have that one, please.
The vegan dirty Oreo?
Yes.
Okay, this first test is quite interesting. Few things that I noticed. The physics in the starting frame is interesting. Like, teammate, you might want to enter in a better first frame right here because, yeah, that physics is a bit weird. In terms of the audio, my favorite was the third one.
The vegan dirty Oreo? All right.
The voice sounds the most natural. The audio coming from the guy sounds natural. The scoop looks quite good. I think that will be my favorite, so I'm gonna give that gold. The second one I like the most is a close, almost tie between video number 2 and video number 4. The reason why is 2 things are pissing me off. Like, this guy is almost on purpose giving the wrong ice cream. On video number 4 though, I would say the audio sounds better. So I'm gonna give silver to video number 4. I'm gonna give bronze to video number 3. And like video number 1, the physics is way off. I dislike that one. I'm also curious to know which one was your winner. So please let me know in the comments down below. So for test 1, we got these as generated. So I picked Seedance here as my favorite one. Then we had Google Omni as the second favorite. And then we had Kling as bronze. And then we had Grok as a shit. Moving on, we're ranking which one is best at this text to video example. So for the prompt, this following prompt was used. A storm tossed sea, a pirate ship is racing toward the edge of an extremely deep drop. Cut to the captain, clinging to a mast, laughing manically as a crew member shouts behind him, "Captain, we have to come about." Cut to the captain, shoving him back, screaming, "Full speed ahead." Okay, fun prompt. Let's see which one is best for this.
Captain, we have to come about! Full speed ahead! Captain, we have to come about! Full speed ahead! Captain, we have to come about! Full speed ahead!
Wait, was that Jack Sparrow? So this time we only had 3 out of 4 examples. Unfortunately, with Grok Imagine 1.5, you cannot do text to video. You only can do it with an image input. So that one immediately has the last prize for that, unfortunately. Okay, for this one, I think it's pretty obvious. I like the last one the most. We just don't have that deep drop there. I think in terms of the audio, I think in terms of the physics, it works best though. So that one is getting gold to me. But the close second is the first video, because that one had everything. I just disliked the audio a little bit, like the voices sound a bit too similar. And the second video, I mean, it deserves bronze because unfortunately Grok couldn't do text to video, but it just wasn't great. Moving on, we got an interesting one. We're doing motion transfer. So apparently he tried to see if I could dance. So he got example image of me looking like the dancer. And he says as the prompt, copy the movement from the man in video 1 and transfer it to the man in image 1 exactly. Let's see how good I can dance. Okay, starting off with video number 1. What the hell was that? Okay, that was a fun one. Also very interesting. We even see the AI replace some of the background music. My favorite was the first one. I would give that one gold. I would also say the last one was really good. I would give that silver, and I would give the second one, I would give that bronze, because it's completely butchered my face, and even like the movements all look really weird. Unfortunately, again, with this one, Grok doesn't have motion control, so it's unable to run this test. But I do think it's a good comparison. Then for test number 4, this one is interesting because Google Omni is supposed to be really good at this. But from my ranking, I ranked Seedance. I swear to God, I'm not biased at all. Like this is the first time I'm seeing these. I ranked Seedance as gold. Then I ranked Google Omni as silver, and then Kling as bronze. I mean, it makes sense if I watch the videos. So for the following test, it seems that we wanted to test the dialogue and the lip sync. So we got this start frame. Then we got a prompt with a fixed camera, a boy and a girl having a conversation in the fields, flowers, looking up at the sky in golden hour. The girl is saying, if you stay one age forever, what will you pick? The boy is thinking, this one. Girl, why this one? Boy shrugs, don't know. He settles into the flower bed. Boy, I kind of like me now. And the girl chuckles and shakes her head. Interesting conversation. Let's see which one is best at what.
If you could stay one age forever, what would you pick?
This one.
Why this one?
Dunno. I kinda like me now.
If you could stay one age forever, what would you pick?
This one.
Why this one?
Dunno. I kinda like me now.
If you could stay one age forever, what would you pick?
This one.
Why this one?
Dunno. I kinda like me now.
Okay, that was a tough one. I'm going with gold, first video, and I'm going with silver, the third video, and with bronze, the second video. Unfortunately, this time Google Omni wasn't able to make this video as it had censorship apparently, so gotta work around that. Then for the dialogue, I gave Grok the best rating, and then I gave Seedance silver, and then Kling, I gave that bronze. Also seems to be close. For the next test, we're doing complex prompts. So this time we got these two dudes sitting by the pool on a nice chair. Then we're gonna have a scene where these guys are doing 5 different shots, all kind of different angles, and they're having some interaction with a bunch of girls.
Oh, you must be Jacob.
You must be Jacob.
I am indeed Jacob.
Welcome to my humble abode.
Oh, you must be Jacob.
I am indeed Jacob. Welcome to my humble abode.
Oh, you must be Jacob.
I am indeed Jacob. Welcome to my humble abode.
Oh, you must be Jacob.
I am indeed Jacob. Welcome to my humble abode.
Interesting choice of prompt, by the way. Did you see in that second video? Let me just play this one again. Did you see how they're arriving there and then he turns the other way? Like that's a fun interaction. In terms of which one I like the most, the last one was to me the best. It did everything right, so that one deserves gold to me. Then it's a tough choice between the second and the third video. Reason why is I think the third video has done everything correct. Like the second video has made a few mistakes, but the voice is absolutely awful and the lip sync is completely off on the third one. And I think with the second one we can fix it. If we just make an extra cut, it should be fine. So I'm giving the second one silver, the third one bronze, and the first one was really bad in my opinion. Then for the complex prompt, again Seedance has gold, then we have Grok as silver, and then we have Kling as bronze. Next up, we're testing references, and this is interesting to me because we got 9 references here, and I don't think every model can do 9 references right now. Basically, we have me as a detective, and then we have the prompt where we have all these different references in this crime scene, and we have 2 different angles. So yeah, let's see. Interesting one. Right off the bat, I gotta say, video number 2 is absolute best. Like, that one is my favorite. So that one is gonna get gold. Then video number 3, also really, really good. I will give that silver. Video 1 and video 4, I both wouldn't use those shots. I both think they're quite bad. If I had to choose one, it would be video 4, I guess, even though I find it looking awful in terms of the colors, but I just dislike the fade transition in video 1. Lastly, for the references, I already have a feeling that I ranked Seedance here again. Yeah, Seedance as gold. Then we have Kling as silver, and then we have Google as bronze, even though it's like close tie. Next up, we got cinematics. So here we got this dragon and this girl standing there on a cliff. We got 2 different angles. We got a front angle with a wide shot, and we got a side angle with a close-up of the women. Okay, let's see which one we like the most. Okay, so this was a really good test. To me, this is close between video number 1 and video number 2. I think those are clearly the best ones. I do think in video number 2, the character looks a bit different than I expected, like in terms of the hair color. But in terms of texture and all of that, it looks really, really good. I also like the emotion and the acting a lot more on the second one. So I'm still gonna give it to video number 2 as my favorite. That's gonna be gold. Then for video number 1, it's gonna be silver. Then for video number 3 and 4, I really don't want to give bronze to any of them because the dragon is like on video number 3 way out of scale, and video number 4 just looks way too fake and not cinematic at all. Yeah, I'm not gonna rate them. I'm not gonna give them bronze. So yeah, let's keep it at that. For the last test, again, I ranked Seedance as gold. Okay, I'm not sure like how many I ranked, but I believe I ranked Seedance the most amount of time in terms of gold. And second, it's probably gonna be Kling or Grok. And that also plays into the strengths and weaknesses we have of each tool. Because from my testing, like this is blindly, but before that, I didn't do blind testing to figure out what my favorite tool was and which tool I use the most. Seedance is the most amount of times the one that comes out on top. But what are the actual strengths and weaknesses of each tool? Because I still sometimes use all of these other tools. Let me demonstrate that to you. Okay, so this blind test doesn't give you the full picture. Like, of course, you know which one is best, but Seedance is also one of the most expensive tools. So let's go over each and every tool and let me show you their strength and their weaknesses so you know exactly which tool to use when. Starting off with Grok. When it comes to Grok, I immediately think of speed because this one is super fast when it comes to generating your videos. It's much faster than Seedance and much faster than Kling as well. It is comparably or maybe even less fast as Google Omni, but we will get to that later. The other thing that this is great at is lip sync and also emotion. Let me show you this example.
Mr. Danvers, since you're here, I presume you have my money? Mr. Danvers, I really do appreciate your service here.
I honestly think the voice is super good here and the acting is also quite good. Of course, we still have a bit of morphing when he hands the suitcase.
Have my money?
Like he just throws it out of nowhere. But I generally think this is quite good. The other thing that Grok is good at is that it has less censorship. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for having censorship in place. But for some tools, they just nuked the shit out of them. And with Grok, that's not the case. Like Elon doesn't give a flying fuck whatsoever. So he just allows everything. Now, for example, with Grok, I can just drop in this image of Tom Cruise and it can generate everything with that. Like you can even drop in images of other famous people. Don't go overboard with that because it's still scary stuff. But I would just say with the guardrails that we have for Seedance, I sometimes just don't get my videos through it. And especially with Google Omni, I have that happen way too many times, even though I don't generate any weird stuff. So if we generate this video, we get something like this. So it is slow motion at the beginning, but it actually looks really good. Like it just looks like the Tom Cruise running. Like this guy literally runs like that. If we compare it to Kling, like Kling was also able to generate this, then we get something like this. Like, what the hell is that? It feels like the guy from The Office doing parkour. Like, this looks like nothing. Even the morphing going on right here, that's terrible. If you were to do the same with Seedance, it will tell you that you're unable to generate. If you're trying to do the same with Google, there's no way that you will be able to generate that. And Grok has the least amount of censorship. Other than that, maybe you can do so with Kling. Let's go over some of the weaknesses of Grok, because there are quite a few. The first one being is that you can only generate in 720p. And I feel like by now, with everyone dropping like the 4K things, 720p just isn't enough anymore. The other thing that I dislike about Grok is how expensive it is. For example, here on Hicksfield, if we do a 15-second clip, it's almost 70 credits. If I compare that to something like Kling 3.0 with a 15-second clip, then a 4K video is 90 credits. But if I were to go to 720, we pay like 1/3 of what we pay with Grok. If we then compare it to Seedance, then we can see that with 15 seconds and 720p, it's the same price. If I had to choose between the two, I would choose Seedance because like you get much better results for your money. Few other things on Grok is that it has a bit of glitches or morphing issues. For example, if we go over that clip once again, then we can see right here, he has his gun in his pockets right there. If we play the video now, then we can see that he pulls out a gun out of his other pocket and then that gun disappeared. So unless he had two guns, like one in each pocket, it would have made sense, but he doesn't. So those are like the tiny little glitches where I would say like it messes up a bit too much. And the last thing it is not great at is scene continuity. Whenever you have multiple different scenes in there, it just messes up with the details. It's so bad that I actually wanted to take a moment to compare that to the other ones. So I got this shot here of this guy being interrogated. Then we have 4 different shots. So I have shot 1, which is a wide over the shoulder shot. Then we have a close-up with a front angle of the clown. Then we have a side angle of the clown. And then we have a side angle of the clown's face as the male detective is leaning closely to him. If we play this and we compare this to the other ones, then we can see the difference.
We know all about your plans, Jermaine.
I told you my name is Jerome, and I have no idea what...
If you cooperate with us, things could go very well for you.
So what's it gonna be?
Okay, so let's analyze what just happened. This dude was standing on his right side over here. Or his left side, technically speaking. Now he's standing over here on the right side. And she is looking at him, I guess? Like, what's going on there? Like, where are you looking? Then here, the detective, again, is on the right side. So this guy is teleporting all over the place. So let's go in depth on what it looks like on Seedance.
We know all about your plans, Jermaine.
I told you, my name is Jerome, and I have no idea what...
If you cooperate with us, things could go very well for you.
So, what's it gonna be?
So when and why would you use Grok? I would only use Grok if I needed something fast, if I have something in my head and I want to try it out right away. Or if I'm generating images of famous people, or I want to try stuff out that I know is going to be a bit censored or a bit sensitive, that's when you want to use Grok. And again, I don't mean this in a weird or creepy way. There are tons of shots or frames or things that you need in this industry that is not the weird stuff when you think of censored. But a lot is nowadays censored because there are so many guardrails in place. Moving on, let's go in depth on Seedance. Now this one out of the test came out on number 1. So what is it actually good at? Gonna be honest with you, I use Seedance quite a lot. The main things I'm using Seedance for is when I need a lot of references. It is great at putting in a ton of different references, and also with Seedance 2.5 coming out, I'm expecting this to go up even more. Like right now you can add in over like 9 images, you can add in audio, you can add in video, all of that. With 2.5 it will be even better, and I'm confidently saying that that will be the best model we've ever seen. Another reason for me why it's so good is because it's consistency and how expressive it is. As you saw in the previous scene, the acting, the audio, all of that just makes sense. To show you what I mean, I generated an extra scene with this starting image and this prompt, and these are the results that we got. Starting off with Seedance.
I'm serious, Tom. Leave her alone.
I can't lie, man. I love her. And you know that she loves me.
I'm warning you.
Now that performance was really good. Let's compare that to Grok.
I'm serious, Tom. Leave her alone.
I can't lie, man. I love her. And you know that she loves...
I'm warning you.
Like what's happening here? Like what's going on? I mean, it's decent, but it's just not great. Like I would regenerate this. Then let's do Kling.
I'm serious, Tom. Leave her alone.
I can't lie, man. I love her.
And you know that she loves... I'm warning you.
The audio is all over the place, like why is he saying that right here at the end and we don't see him talking? Just all a bit messed up, and it's also a bit glitchy, morphy. Now, for Google, it couldn't generate this example, it was too graphic, too violent. Another thing Seedance is really good at is motion transfer, and that's the thing that surprised me from this blind test. Because if we look at all these 4 videos again at once, then to me, Seedance stands out the most. And the funny thing is, both Kling and Google are, or have, their dedicated like Omni model for this. And in my opinion, Seedance still beats them. So yeah, I can only imagine with Seedance 2.5 how good that will be. The other thing that I really like about Seedance is how good it is at action scenes. It doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what you generate, it will know and it will follow your fight scene or your action scene quite well. I would say it might have some glitches here and there, but it's much better than what I've seen from Kling and from Grok and even from Google. In terms of the weaknesses of Seedance, there are 3 of them in my eyes. First one being, it is quite expensive. It's one of the most expensive generators out there, and yeah, not everyone has that budget. Second one I dislike is the waiting time. Like the generation time on this one is super long. The third thing I dislike is the consistency when it comes to complex scenes. When you have long prompts, a lot of details in there, it tends to mess up every now and then. For example, my teammate wanted me to point out this. He generated the same scene in Seedance a few times, and one of them got this result.
Oh,
Like, why is this guy's clone here?
you must be Jacob.
I am indeed
Why is he here again, and why do we now have two girls?
Jacob. Welcome to my humble abode.
And that is the thing that you sometimes get with Seedance, and that will be an expensive mistake. Let's move on to Kling 3.0. If we talk about strengths from Kling, it's one of the most inexpensive models that offers 4K and 60 FPS, which is quite crazy. You can also put in many references. I believe you can do up to like 7 image references and even 1 video. I would say this is like the budget alternative. Kling is a lifesaver when it comes to doing scenes that are not too complex, because you can use this for Seedance. But if it's just static shots, simple shots, all of that, I actually prefer Kling over using Seedance, because I feel like sometimes it follows these simple prompts a lot better. It gives you like 80% of the quality with 1/4 of the cost. For example, with a shot like this, where I have a static shot and the woman is starting to tear up in the frame. Super simple shot. If I generate this with Kling, I get something like this. Looks really good to me. Looks very expressive. If you do the same thing with Grok, then you get this. Also quite good. I was just missing the tears. And then with Seedance, could also be used, but at this rate, I would rather spend my credits on Kling and generate 4 videos like these. And then we got Google Omni. Yeah, that was just not good. Like the skin looks all plasticky, so I wouldn't use Google Omni for that. Another thing with Kling that I really like is I feel like it has really good camera adherence. So if you have specific shots, like let's say you do a dolly zoom, a tracking shot and all of that, I noticed from one of my tests that sometimes it was easier to do these shots with Kling than it was doing these shots with Seedance. So let me get you an example. I've got this guy. It kind of reminds me of my friend. He just loves food. And I'm giving him these multi-shot prompts where he's doing a POV scene where we walk towards a man excited. Then we have shot 2, that's a side angle of him cutting into the pancake and bringing a fork into his mouth. Then we have shot 3, which is a cinematic arc around the man as he closes his eyes and savors the pancake. Then we have shot 4, that's a crash zoom on his face as he opens his eyes. Let's see how every model performs. Starting off with Kling, of course. I mean, it did it quite well. It followed it quite well. You're probably curious to see how this works with Grok, so let me show you.
Wow, those pancakes look incredible. That first bite is perfect. Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
I never even prompted that text. It made it up itself. Then Seedance, I would say this one is a better competitor as we also have multi-shot in Seedance. So let me show you. I might like this one more, like the physics are a bit better. The other one I want to show you is Google Omni. It is quite good though, like the crash zoom, I might like that one the most, but just the quality overall is not there yet. If we're talking weaknesses on Kling, the thing I hate most on Kling and the thing that annoys me a lot is the lip sync. Like for some reason, especially after you make a video longer than 10 seconds, so let's say a 15-second video, the lip sync becomes bad. And also the quality of the voice just isn't the level that it is at Grok or Google Omni or even Seedance. The other thing I dislike about Kling is the insanely long waiting times. Like this is similar to Seedance, sometimes even worse. Like you just have to wait a while sometimes. And that is super annoying. Now, when do you use Kling? I would use Kling for a lot of scenes though. If I don't need Seedance, I would use Kling. That would be my go-to. If I have simple shots, Kling. If I needed something cheap, I would also use Kling. I wouldn't use Kling if I had a lot of dialogue going on, because I would say with voices, it's just not great.
Oh, you must be Jakob.
I am indeed Jakob. Welcome to my humble abode.
Then we got Google Omni. This is the odd one out of the four. This is not kind of like a fair comparison. This is a model on its own, and you maybe shouldn't even compare this to Seedance, but we're doing that either way. What do I like about Google Omni? For one, it's extremely cheap. If you were to purchase one of Google's plans, then you can generate quite a lot of different videos with this. Unfortunately, Google Omni is not available on Hixfoot right now. I believe they are supposed to be getting the API soon, but Google has been a bit like weird on that release. Like it's only available through Google itself currently. It's not available on any website as of today. The other thing I would say Google is good at is using video to video generations. So what do I mean by that? If you want to have motion transfer, or if you want to change or edit one of your videos. Let's say I want to change my outfit into me wearing a suit, then I can just drop in an image reference of me wearing a suit. I will also adding a character sheet in there, and then I can just put that into Google Omni, and then I get something like this. Holy shit. So this is what Google Omni is supposed to be good at, yet still I find that I am unable to get results like this. Like this looks insane to me. I don't know what it is, but I'm not getting like that kind of like result with my videos. Like if I were to do the same thing, but I were to put this into Seedance 2, then I would say that result, if we compare this side by side, is better. The skin texture is better, it looks better. I would use Seedance over Omni here. There's another huge and also fatal flaw to Google Omni, and I still don't understand why Google is doing this. Like, please Google, please explain to me why. If you are on the free plan, you get a watermark. If you are on the plus plan, so you're paying, you get a watermark. Okay, that's the cheap plan. If you're on the pro plan, that's like a $20 per month plan, you still get a watermark when you generate using Google. If you are on the ultra plan, then you have to pay up to $100 a month. Then you finally get your watermark removed. Why? We don't know. So is there still a reason to use Google Omni? Yes, if you generate a lot of video to video generations, and if you are more on the budget compared to Seedance, I would say, because Seedance is just too expensive. It's the budget alternative to Seedance. It also has budget results, I would say. Okay, so you now have completed the blind test. I'm still curious to hear which one out of your test came out on top. Then we've walked through each and every model that we know so far. If I were to put it in a summary, then I would use Seedance for most of the complex things. Keep an eye on Seedance 2.5 Pro when that releases. It's gonna be one of the best, I would say. So Seedance used for most and everyday scenes if you have the budget. If you don't have the budget and you still want to make AI videos, just use Kling. Kling, cheaper models of Kling, still great. Start using those. I would mainly use it if you're trying to generate something with Seedance and Kling, but you can't get past the censorship. That's where Grok shines in my opinion. I would also use it if you need something with emotion, good dialogue and all of that. More complex scenes, multiple shots in the same thing, references, I wouldn't use Grok at all for that. Omni, use it sometimes, video to video, like I said. Hopefully that summarized everything. The best thing I would recommend is trying to get a all-in-one platform like Hixfield. I will leave the link to that in the description down below, because that way you can try out all of them. You will find out soon enough if you want to spend your credits on some of these models, because they might be cheaper, but sometimes it doesn't give you the best results. If you want to learn more about Seedance 2.5 and also about Seedance 2 4K, then click the video that's on the screen right now.